Christmas, everyone. Or is it? You're at dinner and your aunt just asked, "So, what do you do again?" Nothing spikes anxiety like explaining a creative vocation to people who still think freelance means fun employed. Your job isn't to convince them, it's to create an atmosphere of undeniability. The warmth, wit, and charisma that you bring to that room is the same energy that your true audience buys tickets for. You are the magic, so don't perform to be understood, perform to be felt. Because legacy isn't built through validation, it's built through resonance. Every holiday ad looks the same. Bells, snow, someone buying a car with a bow. I'm over here still crying at the dog commercials, and you're still hoping to get booked for exposure. Let's be real, Santa doesn't need more attention this season. You do. You've got the sparkle, the story, the substance, but if people can't see it, they can't value it. Even Santa runs a brand strategy. Visibility, repetition, recognition. Fa la 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 your way into visibility because consistency is your carol. Side note, when I went caroling last year, I literally got tipped. Is that normal? I don't think so. You're not lacking talent, you're lacking timeless positioning. Stop waiting to be someone's wish list item. Starlight, star bright. Start becoming the main event because in this industry, visibility pays the bills. Y'all want to hear something funny? I used to think that someone or something would sweep my career off the ground. A significant other, a lucky break, a perfect moment that would finally save me. The truth? No one was coming to rescue me from the misfortune that I architected myself. I was the blueprint, the wreckage, and eventually the rebuild. And the day that I stopped waiting and hired a coach, everything shifted because I stopped auditioning for permission. No one is discovering you under the mistletoe. Santa's busy. Build your own damn sleigh. Pitch your own show. Drive your own magic because the real plot twist is the rescue story was never mine to wait for. It was mine to write. It was my own career to slay. Everyone sees the show, the applause, the standing ovations, the highlight reels, but what really builds a sustainable career in entertainment? Spoiler, it's not the gigs. It is the discipline, the precision, and the consistency behind them. The micro habits that compound into mastery. Here are 5 that changed everything for me. I don't let things cross my fingers twice. I handle it immediately. If it takes less than 2 minutes to do, just do it. I'm firm on yes or no. No, might delete later energy. I stay disciplined no matter the circumstance or lack of motivation. I've learned to shut the fuck up and put my energy toward action. The crowd sees the performance, the pros master the prep. Ever notice how the holidays take on the energy of whoever's hosting? If they're frantic, everyone tightens. If they're calm, everyone exhales. The mood of the room is a mirror, reflecting whoever's leading. Performing works the same way. Your audience doesn't just watch you, they absorb you. If you're anxious, they feel it. If you're confident, they trust you. As performers, we're not just entertainers, we are emotional conductors. We set the tone, hold the tempo, and shape the atmosphere with our energy. So whether you're center stage or center table, lead with intention because people may forget what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. It's the greatest time of year where everyone is jingling and mingling and emotionally unraveling. You're trying to be festive, but the family tension is thicker than eggnog. And you are one Mariah Carey note away from losing composure. The holidays are part joy and part hostage situation, and that pressure to be merry. Yeah, it's giving opening night energy with no intermission. Everyone is performing happiness like it's a group project. You can feel it. The forced smiles, the performative cheer, and the silent judgment about who brought the store-bought cookies. Atmosphere is everything, and that's the secret. Your emotional contagion sets the tone. Performers don't just read rooms, we orchestrate them. The lighting, tone, pauses, it's all part of the vibe. So lead your environment like you're running a Hallmark special. Cue the peace on earth yourself, because if you can make people feel Christmas warm in a house full of chaos, you've officially earned your holiday Tony. Listen, you can keep hitting snooze on your dream, or you can wake up and actually chase it. Every performer says they're waiting for the right time, but the holidays prove something bigger. Special isn't found, it's declared. Magic doesn't appear, it's produced. I don't like watching TV. I would rather create the story, because that's what real performers do. We don't wait for the scene, we direct it. We don't chase opportunity, we build it. Your next gig, your next client, your next big break doesn't start with luck. I can tell you that for free. It starts with momentum, strategy, and accountability. So hibernate this winter or wake up and build them. If you're ready to stop waiting for your moment, I'll help you make it inevitable. DM, wake up, and let's start your next chapter. It's the holidays, and ain't it the happiest of holidays? You're seeing family. Yay! And cousin Kevin, and he goes, "Sup, cuz? You still doing that clout chasing thing?" I'm sorry, I thought I just hallucinated. My performing is a career. Maybe that's a term you're not really familiar with. People love to act like entertainment isn't a real profession, yet it's literally what they subsist on every single day. Every song they play, every show they binge, every post they scroll through is all curated by someone like you. We engineer emotion the way that holidays engineer nostalgia, creating moments that people feel and not just see. That's called cultural capital, baby. Say that 5 times fast. So let them smirk, let them misunderstand. When next year's curtain rises, they'll realize you weren't chasing attention, you were cultivating impact, longevity, and inconveniently for Kevin, higher net worth. Y'all ever start a move and then feel that split-second hesitation and just bail halfway? No, that's not me. I only freeze outside. Who in the hell are you trying to fool? I talk to y'all all the time, and this is a reoccurring issue amongst all of you. And listen, it's okay, because it's not a lack of talent, it's a lack of self-trust. And confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's the fortitude to finish anyway. Every time you freeze, you're conditioning your brain to flinch. But every time you follow through, even imperfectly, you're building neurological proof that you can recover. Your audience doesn't care about your technical mastery because they're not watching for precision. They care about their emotional experience and they feel your recovery. So the moment you keep going is resilience in real time, and that is what makes it authentic. Maybe I won't go to rehearsal, it's snowing. Maybe I'll skip content today, I'm not feeling inspired. Maybe you're freezing your momentum because excuses feel cozy. Discipline is the heater that keeps your craft alive. Performers know this. The stage doesn't care about your forecast. You either calibrate through resistance or get buried under it. Tell me, who the hell do you think you are, choosing comfort over liberation? Because that's really what's on the line. Comfort feels good in the moment, but it sabotages your long-term fortitude. Discipline stings short-term, but it builds resilience and sets you free. Every time you show up when it's inconvenient, you strengthen your creative autonomy. Discipline isn't restriction, it's release. Warm yourself with effort. Melt the resistance because freedom will always outlast the comfort. So you've come to realize that holiday cheer is just chaos that you've learned to aesthetically manage. Welcome to the club, aka adulting. It's not peaceful or magical, it's conditioning with tinsel. Performers are experts at making dysfunctional look decorative. We call it the holiday hustle, the festive energy, or my personal favorite, I'll relax after New Year's. But let's be honest, that's not a vibe. That's a regulated breakdown. You've been performing joy instead of feeling it. Mistaking adrenaline for alignment and burnout for brilliance. This season, choose equilibrium over exhaustion. Choose presence and presence over performance because stability isn't boring. It's the new standing ovation. If your calm feels uncomfortable, that is your cue. We've been so desensitized to dysfunction, and your nervous system is just trying to remember what silent night actually means. POV, everyone else is in the audience laughing and clinking glasses and soaking in the magic, and you're the one creating it. You're center stage and the reason they're smiling, and somehow you still feel completely alone in the spotlight. Don't get me wrong, you love what you do, but it's hard when the curtain closes and you realize you spent another season helping someone else make memories, while you missed out on living your own. And that's the part that no one talks about, the performer FOMO. Being celebrated by the crowd, but so disconnected from it. Here's the truth. The spotlight doesn't mean isolation. It means impact. You're generating the moment that everyone else remembers. Still, balance matters. Inside my program, I help performers build careers that don't cost them connection because some gifts don't fit under a tree. Some gifts get booked. You know what's worse than fruitcake? Performer guilt. That quiet shame that creeps in when you're not performing. When you skip a gig, raise your rates, or finally take a break, and you wonder if you've sabotaged your momentum. But guilt isn't proof of passion, it's the hangover of conditioning. We are taught to confuse exhaustion with excellence, to treat burnout like a badge instead of a boundary. You can't create authentic magic while apologizing for resting. You can't illuminate a stage while dimming down your own vitality for approval. Guilt isn't a gift, but discernment is, because peace is passive and power is reclaimed. And it's the only present that makes your art and your audience truly resonate. I used to charge $35 a gig because I thought that affordable meant likable, and I thought keeping prices low made me look easy to book. But the gag is cheap doesn't build trust. In fact, it breaks it. Pricing too low actually makes you look less legitimate. Trust me, I know. When I finally multiplied my rate by 10, my confidence and my clientele followed. Why? Because people respect what is positioned to be respected. And now I coach performers to make even more than that. To build pricing that's profitable, intentional, and sustainable. But don't be fooled. If you're not following the recipe correctly, the outcome will flop. Comment recipe to bake your career correctly. Something that I could only wish I knew when I was first starting performing is that not every no is the power going out. It doesn't mean never, it usually means not yet, or something even brighter is in alignment. Back in my day, every ignored email felt like my spotlight had flickered out. But now, I get it. Rejection is just rewiring. It's the universe testing which outlets can actually handle your voltage. Think, Your career is like Christmas lights. Not every strand shines at once. Some need a little untangling and a little stronger connection. But when you keep plugging them in, one pitch, one show, one brave little spark at a time, the entire constellation lights up. So don't pull the plug, because the yes you're waiting for might just need a second to find its socket before it can glow.
Thank you for the lovely bouquet.
Be honest, does your audience ever gift you bouquets after your shows? Sparkly flowers at that. Your mom doesn't count. Because when your audience does, it hits different. And in that moment, ho ho ho, you realize that Christmas came early. It's not just flowers, it's feedback in 3D. It's pedal proof that your performance landed. They gifted something because they felt something, and that's what real performers do. We don't just entertain, we leave people so moved that they have to hand over sparkle-covered roses just to say thank you. Want to know how to get your audience this obsessed? I'll teach you the ways. Comment now to turn applause into appreciation.
You don't know the life of a showgirl, babe.
For many of us, the spotlight feels like home because we've been performing since before we even knew what validation meant. We were conditioned early that smiles diffused tension, composure earned praise, and talent became our favorite form of control. We performed everywhere. Recitals, living rooms, dinner tables. We learned to calibrate energy, to read micro expressions, and to turn discomfort into applause. Familiarity became fluency. Performance became protection, and eventually it all became identity. Which is why the stage feels safe. It's structured, predictable, you know the cues, lighting, and timing. When real life doesn't come with stage directions, the evolution is what started as survival became alchemy. We learned to transform conditioning into craft, instinct into resonance, and the spotlight doesn't just feel like home, it feels like reclamation. Because now we're not performing for approval, we're performing on purpose. Ever notice everyone says they want freedom, but the minute it feels uncomfortable, they start Googling remote jobs with benefits. Freedom sounds sexy until it demands discipline. Success gets you applause. Freedom makes you show up when no one is clapping. It's not a vibe, it's accountability in ugly lighting. Rejection season hits different around Christmas. Everyone is posting their gifted wins and you're sitting here wondering if yours got lost in transit. Learn that it's never no. It's either yes, not yet, or something better is still stuck in wrapping paper. Don't spiral, strategize. Freedom isn't luck, it's maintenance. So suffocate yourself now so next year you can actually breathe. Comfort expires faster than a peppermint latte, but momentum, that's the one thing that never goes out of season. Feliz Navidad, my fellow freedom chasers. May your grind stay merry and bright. Stop trying to convince people that your dream makes sense. Not because it doesn't, but because they don't get it. And they won't get it until they feel it. Just like Christmas. No one debates the magic, they buy the merch. And honestly, not everything people say is intended to trigger you. Sometimes it's not hate, it's just habit. Their own limited beliefs are louder than your conviction. Performers are trained to over-explain, to turn every dream into a full-blown press conference. But you don't owe anyone a PowerPoint on your potential. Instead, you owe yourself progress, because building in silence isn't secretive, it's strategic. You're not hiding, you're marinating. So keep building and let your work sparkle louder than the explanations. Real magic doesn't need to prove itself. Some people will simply never get it. They still believe in fruitcake and eggnog and roasted chestnuts. Jingle bells, deck the halls, dance around the Christmas tree because it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas as we celebrate the birth of Jesus. But let us not forget, more importantly, the birth of me. Yes, my birthday is in fact on Christmas Day, and no, I do not get extra presents. In fact, I believe that I was personally the worst present that my parents ever received, though some people like to claim that I'm the gift that keeps on giving. So let's talk about reciprocity. Because here's the truth that most performers forget. Christmas is about giving to others, but you can't pour from an empty plate or an empty stocking. Whether you were satisfied with the presents that you got this year and the milk and cookies that your kids left out for Santa, give yourself the gift of investing into you, because when you pour into your craft, your confidence, and your career, you don't just shine for yourself, you light up the whole damn tree. And the stage, of course. All I ask for this year for my birthday is that you invest into yourself, because like I said, it's reciprocity. Drop the word gift below to present yourself with the greatest investment that you could gift yourself this season. The investment into yourself. Find me on almost any social media platform at Make Waves Coach. Check out Make Waves, the rated #1 best mermaid podcast. Available every place podcasts are found. My books are also available for purchase on Amazon. The links to all of these and also to book a free discovery call with me are found on my coaching platforms. Merry Christmas, everyone!